I think again, I think we are more confident. We believe more that we can win any game, and we prove already that we can win any game. The last game was tough on us because in some moments we were not the team that we supposed to be in every minute, and compare that to Brighton, and we suffered 2 goals against Brighton, but was a different thing. So we know that we cannot forget that we have a lot to improve. We are more prepared for anything that happened in the game, so that is also a good thing. So we are in the better moment, but we also know that we have a lot to do, a lot to improve, to win more this kind of games and consistently win games in a row. So we know that we are capable, we are confident, but we also know that we struggle sometimes in games that we need to do better.
You said before that you know what sort of game your team's going to have almost in the first action in the match. You can see that the way that they start will be the way that they go on. Do you still feel like that, or do you feel like you can trust your team a little bit more to cope with the different ups and downs in matches? Even if they don't start well, they can finish well.
I think a little bit both. I think we can manage the game better now. We can always change from one moment that we are struggling. We can change that. Also because we have players that can change that for us, not as a team, but sometimes the individual can help us to change that. But if you look the game against Nottingham that we control in the first half, but the energy, if you put the 2 games at the same time, you can sense the energy was not the same. And that is something that you can watch in the first moments of the game, so it's a little bit both.
Hi Rúben, you're playing Tottenham for the first time since the Bilbao disappointment. You've touched on your side and changes. I just wondered how different you think your team is now to the one that lined up in the Europa League final.
First of all, the characteristics of the players. We have different characteristics in our team, but we also have a lot of players that play last year. So we are a better team, we play better, we understand the game better. I think we are more confident. We reached that final confident that we could win because we were doing well in Europe. But in this moment, we play with a different confidence. We managed better the moments of the game. But if you remember that game, they have that shot on the goal, they won the game. So I expect a different game, that we can play better, but also to have a little bit luck to help us to win the game.
Another difference last season, and you might tell me I'm wrong now and tell me there's been lots of injuries this week, but you don't seem to have as many injuries this season as you've had in the past, and historically United have had in recent seasons. Is there a change?
No, it's not change. It's one game every week. And then, again, a little bit luck, because sometimes you have problems with players with knocks, and it's not something that soft issues. So you never know what is going to happen in the next training. If you play with intensity in training, something can happen. But I think the big reason, of course, we try to do everything well. The big reason is one game every week. You can give an extra day to the players that you know that could struggle in the next training. So I think that is the biggest reason.
Simon and then Dan.
Rúben, you conceded 2 goals last week, conceded 2 against Brighton. You've still only kept 1 clean sheet. Is that a problem for you?
Yeah, it's a problem, especially if you see the league nowadays. The team that is winning all the games is not suffering, is not goals, maybe some shots on target, and that is a big thing, especially when you have talented players. If you defend well, in one opportunity you can score a goal and win a game. But I think it's not. It's more again a team thing. We need to defend better. We need to be more aggressive, and that part of the energy. When we have the full energy in every ball, we defend better. So everything is connected. But of course, we have a lot to do. We cannot suffer the amount of goals that we are suffering, and that is a thing that we need to improve.
And is it possible, because it's a collective thing, is it possible to reduce the number of goals without reducing the amount you score at the other end? Because in a way, not committing quite as much?
No, I think if you can attack really well. Sometimes when you defend better, you attack better. So I think it's not that. It's the way we defend the box. But the last game, I think we struggle a little bit inside the box because outside the box, we allow the crosses without any pressure. So these small details that you watch from the last game, we worked during this week to try to improve that. The opponents, we suffer goals in the beginning, especially in the beginning of the season, but we didn't allow much to Arsenal to win that game. But in our last game, they had 17 shots that we cannot allow. That is something that we need to change, and we pay attention to that. So yeah, we can attack the same way. We can score even more goals, but we need to defend better.
Rúben, I'm not suggesting there's any positives losing a final, but after not having European football, in terms of the strategy in the summer, making maybe the club reduce the squad size, you have more time on the training ground. Are you seeing the positives of maybe those two factors?
Yeah, it's not the fact of seeing the positive, it's using the positives. So any situation that you have in our life, you can look in the positive way or in the bad way. If you ask me, you prefer to be here with a cup in Champions League, more money, more players, maybe. Of course, I would say yes, but you have the other side. You have more time to train, to know your players, to arrange everything, the connection between staff, and prepare the future. And the future will be with the European competition. So we just try to use the positive thing of not playing all the games during the week. So yes, I can see the positives.
If you don't mind, your former teammate Cristiano Ronaldo has come out this week with a few comments about the club. He said that, you're doing a good job, but you can't provide miracles. But he was also a bit damning on the players, saying that some players don't have Manchester United in their mind. Do you think that's quite unfair, maybe, from a club legend like him, that maybe some of those players in the squad look up to as a legend of the game?
It's of course he knows, and he has a huge impact in everything he said. What we need to focus is in the future. We know that we as a club made a lot of mistakes in the past, but we are trying to change that. So let's not focus what happened. Let's focus what we are doing now, and we are doing that. We are changing a lot of things in the structure, the way we do things, the way we want the players to behave. We are doing that, and we are improving. So let's focus on the way we are doing things. We are improving.